everybody, welcome to the third part of Music and Myth. Today I'm talking about the Lydian Mode, which is the third mode of the major scale, and that consists of the notes F, G, A, B, C, D, E, and then back to F. So you get. Now I've called this one it's like the music of Sublime Beauty. Just because of the way that the intervals are actually placed. I mean, for a start, it has this sharp 4. So it's got that tritone in it. So, I mean, that would be the whole tone scale, but no. So it has that feeling of just sort of not just beauty, but being completely relaxed, completely free of all your problems. I mean, this follows on from like with the last episode, which is about the Phrygian mode, which is, you know, like to do with exile and suffering and being haunted by problems of the past and that kind of thing. Whereas as we're moving, oops, not a good thing to do. As we're moving further into this dream or this myth, we're now being faced with this overwhelming idea of like sublime beauty, particularly in like the idea of like a landscape. I don't know whether you've experienced this, whether you've just been out for a walk somewhere, or a car drive, or even like on the train, and you've just seen, you know, like the rolling hills and the valleys, and there's birds flying overhead, and it's incredibly beautiful. But how do you express that musically? You know, So this is partly what that's about. You know, the more familiar we actually get with this Lydian scale, the more we can actually communicate that to our audiences. I mean, when I was younger, you know, like my dad used to fly model gliders. So we go up to the Peak District. You know, it's an area of England. It's like a mountain range in the north of England. So we go up there, and we fly the gliders, but they'd be like seagulls. I mean, seagulls go inland actually, because they like the height, but they'd just be soaring, and they'd just be hovering, and just seem to be, you know, just enjoying these thermal sort of winds, if you like. And it was just a lovely scene, you know, that you'd see these sort of hills and this countryside. They'd just be extending for miles and miles. And for those few hours that we were out, you know, you could just completely forget, you know, all your problems. You kind of left all that behind, and perhaps like for the first time, you know, you feel completely free. You know, you've got no responsibilities anymore. You know, all you've got is just pleasure in that moment, where, you know, that you're just surrounded by such beauty. And then of course, as you get older, you know, like you know, you're in a relationship, or you're in that first relationship with somebody, and then you go for walks, you know, with that special person that, you know. And that adds to the beauty of it as well, you know, that, like, you know, that love between the two of you is kind of sort of embellished by the beauty of the surroundings as well. So there's part of that too. Sometimes you also find that like Lydian mode is used in requiems because it's so restful, and because we want to give the people, you know, like a good send off, and we want to remember them at their best. So Lydian mode is quite often used in requiems for that reason, you know, because it's they're at peace now. You know, and that they certainly don't have any more worries or cares in this world anyway. So that's the place. That's kind of like that's like the basics of it. You know, they're like. Now there are some variations on that. There's one called the Lydian sharp second, which so instead of playing that G, you play a G sharp. So that's one variation. The other one, which you've probably heard of, is one called the Lydian dominant. What does that mean? Well, if we're playing a standard Lydian mode, now that's a major 7 chord. So I'll play that, you know, like here. You know, that an F major 7 would fit over that, but if you play like 2, 3, 4, 5, instead of playing a major 7, you play a flat. Then you can play an F dominant 7 instead, or F7 if you like. I'm playing that wrong, aren't I? So we're playing that. And then of course the like that, where you're kind of alternating between the Lydian dominant and the basic Lydian. That's a good way of learning it, actually. Is, you know, if you just practice trying to play that. Like that. And then there's a third option, which I mean, I actually did a video about this last year. That it's like it's what's known as it's like an altered scale, where you play F sharp. Oh, and G sharp, yeah. So we're playing, yeah. So what are the notes we're playing here? F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C, D, E, and then back to the F sharp. Now, to me, that just sounds really mysterious, and I just find it, you know, if you just play it in that ascending form like that, then it really adds atmosphere to you know, to the music. Yeah, so there's quite a lot we can actually do with the Lydian mode. You know, first of all, we can suggest that completely like sublime landscapes and feelings of being in love with somebody, and you know, that kind of thing. Then we've got that. Then we've got that Lydian sharp second, and then we've got the Lydian dominant, and then we've got that one. So there is actually quite a lot we can do with that, and the more you play around with it, the more sort of images and ideas you'll come up with, and it'll help, like, not only just playing, but like coming up with like sort of almost like some storylines, and like it should suggest some characterizations for you as well, which I think is really important. I think that's one thing that's lacking from a lot of popular music at the moment, because we seem to be so so immersed on this idea of technique, whereas we seem to have forgotten what music making seems to be about, you know. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment below, please leave any questions, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.